fuel tankers loaded with oil got away. HQ saw them on satellite. Burned down everything that turns up.
Why are they popping on and off of radar?
Sand clouds. Sand breaks up here and there. That's when radar picks them up. If you detect something, strike fast.
Staring at my radar and trolling? This is not my style.
Even in sand, you can lock on if you get close enough.
Are you sure you can trust that intel?
Easy for you to say.
You guys do whatever you want. I'm going off by myself. Okay, do you think that's for the best?
Tanker truck destroyed. Make sure you wipe them all out.
Take that!
Eyes like a jackal, Trigger.
Nothing but sand and rock. Nice place to build a prison.
We can toss you in it as soon as it's up.
Got one on radar. Moving!
Spare squadron, a new enemy is approaching. Bearing 350 from the reference point.
They're coming from the north. Did they pick up Count's aircraft? Wait a sec, don't go blaming me.
They appear to be Erusian drones.
More UAVs? Why are they always after us?
The mission stays the same. Destroy the tankers.
There's no way we can chase the damn tankers now. They're coming.
You're out of your goddamn mind.
A cat doesn't have enough lives to carry out your orders.
Do your duty and take out the tankers. Tanker confirmed eliminated.
You can't run from us.
Keep going. Burn it all.
The tankers are getting farther away.
Rifle. Spare 15, missile away.
Missile, evading! Trigger took down a UAV.
That dumbass is at it again. Now's our chance to retreat.
Have you forgotten what happens to deserters? I'll send you out to dig up landmine with your bare hands.
But I'm sticking around. You know why that political offender jackass is still alive, don't you?
Trigger?
Higher chance of living with him. Trigger, I need support, now!
Enough of this Trigger bullshit. All aircraft, destroy the tankers.
Let's just leave him to it.
Allied aircraft down by a UAV.
Pipe down and keep your mind on the mission, full man.
We gotta get those UAVs.
The mission's become way too dangerous. Damn Count for dragging us into this shit.
Shut the hell up. This has nothing to do with me.
You guys are celebrating, but I don't hear anyone saying all targets have been taken down.
Missile.
Don't you go doing a
15,
tabloid on
got a
me.
lock.
Missile. Missile.
On your 6.
Missile. 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 Missile.
Spare 15 locked. In gun range.
Missile.
Weapon systems acting up.
Target destroyed.
I can't fight like this. I'm gonna break off. There he goes, running away. And he's who drew the drones here. Say what you want. Have fun with your new friends.
Missile.
Trigger trashed the target.
Woo! Trigger again? It's really burning.
Spare 15 lost.
Missile.
Nah, jet fuel doesn't ignite that easily. That was standard gasoline.
How about taking targets down instead of flapping your gums?
Missile.
Never turn your back on the enemy.
Missile. Missile.
Missile!
Missile. Missile.
We can't attack the surface when our lives are on the line.
Missile. Missile.
Target detected on radar.
Missile.
Target confirmed near full band. Dig around.
He's got a lock. Enemy sticking in my rear. Trigger splashed a 5th bandit. He might get them all.
Damn it, I've got one on my back.
Missile. 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 Missile.
Check your 6. You can't stick around forever. Find those targets. Spare 15, target destroyed.
Missile.
One more truck down. Top them all.
guess I'll pick off the guys going after Trigger.
About time!
Trigger, I'm sticking with you.
Missile away.
Missile.
Seven UAVs down.
Guess there's less of them now. Glad I decided to stick around.
I ain't losing to no drone. He's too quick.
Got a target on radar. Trigger, it's near your position. Target is down. Well done.
Uncovered another one.
That's a lot of fuel up in smoke. But there could be more hiding somewhere.
Damn, I'm targeted. Maybe we should have stuck with Trigger after all.
Missile.
Where are the tankers?
A-gun down.
That cheers me up. Not that I give a rat's ass. You sound like you know something. I don't just give intel away for free.
Understood. HQ sent a message. That was the last one. All aircraft return to base. Burning up all those tankers will starve their drones for a while.
I'm still alive.
Stick with Trigger and you'll make it. Worked like a charm.
If you think that's all you need to survive, you might as well get your last rites now.
Exactly, that was all dumb luck. Wait, you were in earshot, Count?
Must have been straining to hear from high altitude.
Seems you've learned nothing in the sky, Count.
Well, yeah, it's not like there's anything I can learn from Trigger. Champ went down crying like a baby. I knew he was all bark and no bite. The coward. You're one to talk, running off with your tail between your legs. I wasn't running away, I was retreating. Well, I can't say I blame you.
Okay,
It was hell out there.
I'm trying to get through this whole campaign, like, the first time through a mission,
I see a lot of oil tanks.
but I've been playing this mission so much lately. And the last time I was one tanker short,
Appreciate the simplicity of the
and
operation.
frig sakes, if there is one shortcoming this game has, is like, you're the only competent pilot in the world, it seems. Anyway, let's talk about the mission. The opening stage of this mission was okay. I think I would have been happier if I took less missile hits, would have made the second bit a lot easier.
No time to smell the roses then. A fighter pilot
And I was trying my best to not use my special weapons in this first bit because I know the special weapons, the 4 air ground missiles, would be very useful in the second phase of this mission. So just troll around low altitude with your machine gun. Swap out to your standard missile every once in a while for things. Also, given the proximity of some of the oil tanks to another one, they explode when one's destroyed, which can cause a chain reaction, which would cause you to waste a lot of your air-ground missiles unnecessarily if they were to target 4 oil tanks that are in close proximity, close enough, say, that if you blew up just one with your machine gun, the other 3 will blow up on their own, right? So, that's not too bad. I mean, bragging rights, you want to get more than 1,700 or 17,000 points in this mission, but you only need 17,000 points to pass the mission. And the A-10 is the best plane for this mission. The Su-27, the other dedicated attack aircraft, would be okay with this mission, but it has considerably fewer air-grab missiles in its payload compared to an A-10. There is no return line in this mission, so choosing an aircraft like the A-10 with a shitload of missiles, because it's an endurance race, really, probably the best way to go about doing this. Unfortunately, this mission the first phase gets harder the longer it goes because they bring in other aircraft to start shooting at you. That's why towards the end, there's just missile after missile after missile after missile. You will get points for destroying aircraft, but I think you get more points for destroying clusters of... And there's a prime example of that chain reaction right there. Yeah, I blew up one with machine gun fire and I took out 4 or 5 other targets. The big tankers in the sea take 2 missiles to sink. And that was a tenacious missile.
Enemy in gun range.
Enemy's locked on me. Someone help me out here.
And once I have enough points, I start going after the air targets because they're the ones that are kind of causing me the most problems. I've taken 3 missile shots so far, and that is 3 too many if I gotta be honest. I think you can probably get by taking 1 missile shot. But the saving grace for this mission is when you start from a checkpoint, the game refills your health and refills your ammo. So if you do have a hard time with this mission, like, just use your special missiles during the first phase and just intentionally get yourself killed early in the second phase. Respawn, you got full armor and full special missiles again, making the second part that much easier. I guess the hard thing is you need to play the objective to win the mission, but if you're focusing on the objective, you're not as focused on dodging missiles. If you're focusing on dogfighting and dodging missiles, you're not focusing on playing the objective. So that's problematic. So here you are, easy mode.
Oil got away. HQ saw them on satellite. Burned down everything that turns up.
And the advantage of the A-10 is very much noticed in this phase of the mission. The A-10 can fly low and slow better than most of the other planes in this game. So you can just kind of skim beneath the dust clouds and over the land and just troll around for stuff on the ground.
You guys do whatever you want. I'm going off by myself. Okay, that's the best.
Tanker truck destroyed. Make sure you wipe them all out.
Take that.
Eyes like a jackal, Trigger.
Nothing but sand and rocks. Nice place to build a prison.
We can toss you in
And
as
I
soon as
accidentally
it's
hit
up.
the 1 key, so I lost the jet sounds. The other thing is, it'd be nice to just troll around slow and yaw, but as mentioned before, using yaw like that, you are reducing your airspeed. You're more prone to make yourself stall.
Spare squadron, a new enemy is approaching. Bearing
And at
350
low altitude,
from
that's really
reference
bad. So you're gonna have to use just slow speed and steep angles of bank. Be real careful with your pitch.
More UAVs? Why are they always after us?
The mission stays the same. Destroy the tankers.
There's no way we can chase the damn tankers now. They're coming.
You need to prioritize the tankers because you are on a time limit.
Have enough lives to carry out
You
your
have 10 minutes
Do your duty and take out the
to
tankers.
take all the tankers. However, as you will see later, you should engage the UAVs when it's convenient. So if you're making a beeline to where you think some tankers are ish and you cross past some UAVs, lob missiles at them. It's just going to make your life a whole lot easier. Now, the winds going on right now are almost enough to cause my plane to stop. So there's a lot of wind in this mission. It is a dust storm. It's a mega storm, they called it. So, like, we'll ignore the lack of realism, because again, I highly doubt they would send a fighter mission in these conditions, because you're going to damage. First of all, these are turbine engines. They're very reliable, they're powerful, they're robust, but they're also very delicately balanced. So if you get like too much foreign objects in them, you could write off the engines. And, you know, the turbine planes, all the money's in the engine. This is millions and millions of dollars worth of engine that you are just sucking dust in.
Shut the hell up. This has nothing to do with me.
You guys are celebrating, but I don't hear anyone saying all targets have been taken down.
Don't you go doing a tabloid on me.
On your 6. Spare 15 locked. In gun range.
Weapon systems acting on. I can't fight like this. I'm gonna break off. There he goes, running away. And he's who drew the drones here. Say what you want. Have fun with your new friends. Trigger trash the target.
Woo! Trigger again? Burning. That was from the remote jet.
Nah, jet fuel doesn't ignite that easily. That was standard gasoline.
How about taking
Jet
targets
fuel
down
doesn't
instead
melt
of
steel
flapping your
beams.
gums?
Lol.
Never turn your back on the enemy.
Now, that being said, jet fuel is designed to be very, very stable. That also being said, you are shooting it with an explosive. It's probably going to ignite when shot at with an explosive. But, lol, insert jet fuel can't melt steel beams meme in here.
Near full band. Dig around.
And actually, there's a line that wasn't said in this campaign about these guys talking about diesel trucks being able to use jet fuel, and that is true. Diesel engines can use jet fuel or kerosene in them rather than diesel. It's not recommended you do this all the time. A diesel engine works similar to a turbine engine. It's a diesel compression engine. It squeezes the fuel until it explodes, whereas a turbine has several fans that spin and compress the air coming into the engine into controlled explosion in the core.
Follow the tankers. Our tails will be exposed. I guess I'll pick up
And
the guys
that
behind
hot,
the
dense air then rushes out the back, and as it rushes out the back, it turns more fans at the back of the engine, which are connected to the fans at the front of the engine, generating a little bit of thrust, but spinning the fans at the front of the engine faster, pulling in more air, which, you know, compresses more air, makes it more dense, which results in more thrust, etc., 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 etc. It's a very efficient engine. Like, who thought of it's a freaking genius?
Of them now. Glad I decided to stick around.
Well, at least that's how turbofan engines work. Turbofan engines, like on the A-10, most other aircraft are, well, modern aircraft, I think, or fighter craft might be turbofans, but old fighter jets, F-14s, for example, I believe were just turbojets, just raw, powerful thrust.
Got a target on radar. Trigger. It's near your position.
I've been studying for my ATPL exams a lot lately, and this is my study break.
That's a lot of fuel up in smoke. But there could be more hiding somewhere.
Damn, I'm targeted. Maybe we should have stuck with Trigger after all.
Don't get me wrong, as mad as I get at this mission, and these missions in particular, the A-10 is a brilliant plane. I believe there's only one more mission where I will use the A-10.
You sound like you know
Once again, out of necessity.
I don't just give intel away for free.
There's two more missions that are like this, where you're just doing ground attack stuff.
HQ sent
The
a
second
message.
mission,
That was
I will
the
be
last
using
one. All
the
aircraft
SU
return to base.
because unfortunately there's a
All those
boss
tankers will
fight at
starve
the end of
their
that one,
drones for a while.
and I need to dogfight.
I'm still alive.
And dogfighting in
Stick
A-10
with trigger
is
and
an
you'll make it.
exercise in
Worked
futility.
like a charm.
I feel like I get
If
lucky.
you think that's all you need to survive, you might as well get your last rites now.
Exactly, that was all dumb luck. Wait, you were in earshot, Count?
Must have been straining to hear from high altitude.
Seems you've learned nothing in the sky, Count.
Well, yeah, it's not like there's anything I can learn from Trigger.
I don't want to teach you anything, Count. I'm not a flight instructor anymore.
The mission was a success. There's nothing else I need to say. Dismissed. So it looks like we're getting attention from above. If any credit is due, it should come to me. Prisoners deserve nothing.
Okay, that's something interesting I didn't realize before about the mission results. They only count aerial victories, so I am not getting points for the ground targets. Interesting.